Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. We're about 3/4 of the way through August, so I thought this would be a good time to give you another look at my woodland garden. And I have Colin here to help me, don't I, Colin? Yes. So this garden sits to the side of the house and to the front towards the front of the house as well. And it has 3 rather large trees in it. It's got 2 sycamores and a Scots pine. So, and because it's sort of north facing, there isn't loads of sun, and of course there's the canopy of the trees as well. So I've got mostly, well, on the ground I've got wood chip, and most of the stuff that I grow here, well, all of the stuff I grow here can cope with semi-shade. So if I just zip you around, this is a holly that I've been growing in a pot, and I'm threatening to put into the ground. It's quite a nice shape, a nice variegated holly. There's some tyres in the corner there, ignore. And then we've got one of my clumps of, excuse me, one of my clumps of comfrey. I've got 2 clumps, and isn't that right, Colin? Yes. And obviously comfrey is a great plant to grow because you can use it to top up your compost, to help add nutrients to your compost, and also to make things like comfrey tea to feed plants. And then here we have a bed that is really my stumpery. So there's logs and there is ferns. And then this year I brought a couple, well, 3 hostas out for this part of the garden. You're going to love my hostas. This is when they get eaten. So you can see 2 here that I've put into the stumpery, and the slugs and snails are doing their stuff. Yeah, so you can see that these 2 have been pretty much ransacked now. And it's at this time of year, coming into September, that I sort of give up with trying to prevent slug and snail damage. I do various things through the year so that I get as long as possible with nice uneaten leaves, but eventually it gets to the point where they're not really worth saving for the year, and I just let them be eaten and cut them back, and they come back beautiful again in the spring. So I've got another hosta here that that's in a pot I haven't planted yet, and look at all the pods we've got here with loads and loads of hosta seeds in. I'm going to try and grow some more hostas, germinate some more hostas over the winter time, because I actually managed to, it's tricky, they're not that easy to germinate, I've found, but I've got some little plantlets that I germinated last year that I'll show you shortly. So yeah, this is the stumpery, isn't it, Colin? Yes. And then moving over here we have the next clump of comfrey, and it's great because you get great ground cover as well. I can see there's a, ouch, that's a bit of bramble coming through that I've just jagged myself on, but mostly the comfrey smothering everything. And then just a variegated shrub there, and some more hostas that I brought from the back. Again, this is a large one that's in it's in a pot, it's in a nice pot actually. I'll just show you one of the things I've been using to deter slugs is this copper mesh. So it's almost like a fabric, rather than tape, which you can use as well. It hasn't been brilliant, but I actually think most of my problem has come from some of the leaves actually touching the ground, and the slugs have just hopped on to the plant that way. I do genuinely believe and have proof that slugs don't like crossing things like copper tape and mesh. It doesn't prevent them. Slugs and snails. It doesn't prevent them, but it does deter them to a fair degree. Then we've got 3 hostas here that I put into the ground. Colin, you're really enjoying being out with me. These are smaller ones. You can see though they're obviously, stop nudging my hand, you. They are obviously enjoying the location because you can see they put up flower spikes. And this one is lovely. Colin, a lovely lavender flower. And this is the same actually, this one here, so you can see these flowers a bit better. And then this one again is giving me loads of pods and therefore loads of seeds. If anyone wants some hosta seeds to try and germinate, please let me know, because I've got thousands, or will have thousands, of the little devils. You don't always get seed pods though. You'll see here that this particular hosta, I think we're going to maybe get a couple, but this one hasn't, the flowers haven't given me pods after they've died off. Got a grass here. I can't remember what the grass is. It's gone a bit crazy. And then this is a euphorbia that's come back. There used to be euphorbia in this part of the ground, and you can see there's more euphorbia that I didn't plant. It was here. The house is in the grounds of an old cottage hospital, and this obviously was in the garden of the hospital at one point. And then over here, just got a little backdrop of some evergreen shrubs, and another hosta that I put into the ground this year. I can see there's a little tree trying to grow, which you always get with the sycamore dropping their seed pods. And here we have some brunnera. This one's Jack Frost. It's really lovely leaf colour. I've got it in the back garden as well. And here's a little hebe that I just put in actually, with little purple flowers. So I've just left that in a, stop nudging the camera, Colin. Put that in a pot for now. And we shall pause while the children go by again. Then here we have another couple of hostas. These are new for this year. And you can see I put them in. Colin's now playing. I've got a little sort of, oh don't bite it, a little sort of dangly thing dangling from the end of the sort of stick that I've got my camera on. You're meant to put it around your wrist, I guess, and it's dragging on the ground, and Colin's just playing with it, aren't you, wee man? So yeah, these hostas, I've put into these hosta halos, which are meant to again prevent slugs from getting in about the plant, because there's sort of lip there. And to a fair degree, certainly with that one, it appears to have worked. This one's had a little bit of munching happening on it, but considering it's such a young and I guess tasty for slugs and snails hosta, it's doing okay. I can't remember the name of this at all, but it does give you flower spikes, and well, it's done for the year now. And then if I just turn, I'm turning around the long way, if I just turn and look here, we have rhododendron. Got 3 rhododendron in here, a white one, sort of almost like a metallic blue, and a yellow one. Oh, there's a plane going by. And you can see here we're getting a little flush of flowers from this one. There's loads of buds. There's loads of buds. So it's looking good for the spring, actually, and so is this one. You can tell. Look at all those buds. Need to do a little bit of weeding in here. Here we can see another tree trying to grow. And it's been quite successful, actually. Oh, can't pull that out. Now, while I'm here, actually, I can see that I can see the label. This is, Metallica, right, okay. So this is the blue, metallic blue flower, and it's called Metallica, so quite apt. Can I see the names of the other ones then? Because I've been in for 2 or 3 years now, well, 3 or 4 years now. Can't see that one's name. What about this one? No. Oh. No, I need to delve in there. I'll maybe do that at some point. But as I say, this is white. This one's a yellow, and this one's a sort of metallic blue. And then at the back, we've just got some ivy, quite a lot of ivy, and another evergreen that I've forgotten the name of, this here. And this is actually Solomon's seal, just a little bit of Solomon's seal that was growing. There's no flowers on it anymore. You get little dangly bits underneath the leaves. Now, one other thing that I have in the woodland area just now are these. I've gone a wee bit crazy. I wanted to grow some Christmas potatoes, or at least potatoes that would see me, give me a crop in the winter time. And I've gone a little bit mad. Last year I tried it and they got blight and I never got any. So this year I'm trying again. So I've got Pentland Javelin that were seed potatoes that I bought. So these are Pentland Javelin, and I've got them here in the sort of woodland area, just because it gives them a bit more space at the moment, and I think there's enough sun for them, and enough protection from the weather when it gets all too terrible in the autumn time. And here's another Pentland Javelin. So we'll see how they go. I mean, if we don't get Christmas potatoes, but we get a little harvest before Christmas, that would be fine. And that's a Pentland Javelin as well. I know they're a Pentland Javelin because they're not labelled. But these two are labelled. And this is actually just Ayrshire potatoes that I got in the shop. I bought in the supermarket. So they're not seed potatoes. I just plonked them in to see what would happen. And certainly one of them has sprouted. I've not got anything here yet. It was 18th of July I put these in, so I don't know if they are going to do much. And I have three other pots of potatoes. Certainly three other pots of potatoes in the back garden, and they're actually heritage variety that a friend of mine brought back from a supplier in I think it's north of England, who does heritage potatoes. One of them, one of the pots is Yukon Gold. One of the pots is a variety of potato called Mr. Little's Yetum Gypsy, and then there's another pot that's, I think it's Violetta, and they're violet all the way through. So we'll see. I'm throwing I've got several pots as I say, just to see if I can get some potatoes later in the year. I am in Scotland after all, and we're the potato capital, I believe. But anyway, so that's the woodland garden. I'll just turn you around. So I hope you've enjoyed that little look around the woodland garden. And just to remind you, if you do want some hosta seeds, just pop a comment below and I'll organise to send some hosta seeds out to you when they're ready. But for now, I'll call a halt to the video. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe to follow me in my gardening, chicken keeping and quail keeping journeys. And I would love to hear your comments about what you've seen and the video itself and the videos I make generally. So please don't be shy. Please give me some comments and I will, I promise that I will reply to you. Anyway, that's all from me for now. So I'll bid you a farewell.